He fears that the moment he's mixed in with the other prisoners, he will be murdered by another inmate. So they were two of the most shocking and murderous stories around.
Leave it to me. As you say. Ready and waiting.
Here we go.
Scary Mysteries, Twisted Twos. 722 Leicester Street and Stam Romanek. Tales of hauntings, murder, and scary mysteries. Every week, Twisted Twos dives into a pair of these terrifying true stories that are worthy of a more in-depth look. For this week, we take a look at the barbaric and brutal murder of 6 individuals and the rise and fall of self-proclaimed UFO abductee Stan Romanek. Get ready for Scary Mysteries, Twisted Twos. Number 1, 722 Leicester Street. On March 3, 2008, police received a phone call to do a welfare check on a family living at 722 Leicester Street in Memphis, Tennessee. When they entered the home, what they found is truly horrifying. 6 people had been brutally killed and were scattered throughout the living room. Among the dead were 2 young children, a 2- and 4-year-old. Even more shocking, there were 3 other children that were attacked and injured, but still alive. One of them even had a knife sticking out of his head. Among the adults dead were 30-year-old Cecil Dotson, his girlfriend Marissa Williams, who was 27, and 2 friends who were visiting, Shindri Robertson, 22, and Hollis Seals, 33. All of the children in the home were Cecil's and Marissa's. Cecil II and Samario, who were the 2- and 4-year-olds, both died from beatings and stab wounds. The other 3 children who survived were 9-year-old Cecil Dotson Jr., Cedric Dotson, who was 5, and Sanaya Dotson, who was just 4 months old. Initially, police thought the murders were gang-related because of the level of brutality, especially with the children. The adult victims were shot multiple times while the children were attacked using boards and knives. However, days later, everyone was surprised when police arrested Jesse Dotson, who was the brother of the victim, and charged him with the crime. Jesse had just gotten out of prison 2 months earlier after serving 14 years for killing a man. He moved back into his sister's home, and although she didn't want him there, she was too afraid to ask him to leave. On the night of March 2nd and early morning of March 3rd, Jesse was at Cecil's house. The two had been drinking, and at some point they began arguing, and it escalated into a fight where Jesse pulled a gun and shot Cecil several times. He then went on to shoot everybody who was there, in hopes of eliminating all the witnesses. The main person that pointed him out as the killer was 9-year-old CJ. Initially, paramedics thought the boy was dead until he twitched, and they realized he was actually still alive. According to him, he only heard the sound of gunshots and went into the living room, only to see his uncle shooting his own father. When he went back into his room, that's when his uncle came at him with a knife. He was repeatedly stabbed as he tried to fend off his uncle. In the end, he pretended to be dead in a bathtub and waited for more than 40 hours for help to arrive. The jury found Jesse Dotson guilty on 6 counts of first-degree murder. Later on, he was also found guilty of 3 counts of attempted first-degree murder for attacking the children. Currently, he's sitting on death row. Number 2, Stan Romanek. Born Stanley Tiger Romanek, he became a prominent figure among UFO enthusiasts after claiming he had been abducted by aliens in 2000. He went public with his claims and from there gathered a huge following. Supporters say there's a wealth of evidence in Romanek's stories, and so far no one has disproved them. According to Romanek, he's a very important individual that aliens have chosen specifically to help bring their message to the people of Earth. He says he is often in contact with one of the many alien species visiting our planet and has even fathered 7 hybrid alien-human children. His supposed alien space wife turned out to be a much younger woman. Despite being married, his wife Lisa has come to accept the situation, believing wholeheartedly in Stan's story. Perhaps the one thing that thrusts Stan into the limelight is his Boo video. Taken at home, it's a grainy film shot by himself that supposedly captures an alien creature peeking into his window. It became popular in part because it appeared on Larry King Live in 2008. In it, Only the head of the alien is visible. It blinks and the mouth actually seems to move. Another film was also taken by Romanek, supposedly of an alien peering into his house from a sliding door. Skeptics say the videos were obviously fake, but those who believe in the ufologists say it's the real deal. Moreover, Stan has also claimed to have collected physical evidence of his abduction in the form of an alien implant, but when asked if he could present it to be tested, he said that it had somehow disappeared. At some point, he also admitted to faking a 2014 video that captured some strange movement of objects. He at first denied faking it, but later apologized, saying that he was coerced into confessing about it and incriminating himself in some sort of government conspiracy. In 2013, Stan starred in and became the main subject of a documentary titled Extraordinary, the Stan Romanek Story. This documentary collects the photos, videos, and other items that Stan has kept as evidence of alien encounters and communication. Since he was considered an authority on UFOs, it came as a shock to many, and Stan was arrested on February 13, 2014, for allegedly possessing and distributing child pornography. As of August 2017, he was found guilty for the felony possession of child pornography and was sentenced to 2 years in a corrections facility. He is required to register as a sex offender now in a Level 3 program for severe offenders and is not allowed to be in contact with children under 18 years old. So there were two of the most murderous and strange stories around. The world can be a crazy place, and Twisted Twos is sure to show you why. If you enjoyed this video, then remember to give it a thumbs up